Good morning. I hope everybody had a terrific weekend. Here we are beginning week 3 of our summer 2 semester online. Couple of things I want to go ahead and say. Number one, you're just going to continue working on these speeches. And if there's one thing, and I think I did mention this last week, if there's one thing that I've learned over many years, whether it's putting my own speeches together or having students put them together for class, is you do need time. Okay, so just keep going ahead and doing that. There's no other assignments except to go ahead and put those together. And I have to tell you, I've been very impressed. A couple of people so far have gone ahead and put together their full content outlines and have sent them to me. And I really like what I see. All right. You just want to make sure you do a couple of things. Number one, a full content outline is your speech word for word. I'm just not expecting you to be word for word when you go ahead and present that speech. Also, make sure to cite your sources. So let me move on to my first main point, which is how the festival started. Well, according to CNN.com of June 3rd, this festival began as boom. All right. And again, Morel and the other Cecilia and Ashley's sample outlines are very well done, and you do see some really good citing of sources. Because remember, you didn't just you weren't born with this information. You got it from somewhere, and we want to make sure that you go ahead and tell us where you got the information from. All right. So far, so good. Just a couple of notes on the presentation of the speech. Again, I do want you to go ahead and be standing just like I am right now. All right. And although I'm looking down slightly, it's not like I'm looking straight down, which, like, for example, some of you in your informal speech were either looking straight down or you were sitting. I would like you to stand because that's going to be part of your speech lesson. The other part being, of course, the fact that I am a strong believer that as we're looking into the future here, and it seems more and more likely that this will be, especially for professionals, which, again, that's what you're going to college for. You get a college degree, you're going to get a professional career. You can't load trucks with a forklift online. You can't deliver goods online. But this, as a professional, you could be doing this online, which a lot of people are doing. So this presentation, making sure that you're looking straight into the camera, making sure that you're making eye contact, or at least the people who are receiving your speech get the idea that you are talking directly to them. Okay. Eye contact is so important, especially, for example, if any of you woke up and were watching the news, or you sports fans were watching like Sports Center or Fox Sports or something like that. Now, when those people are looking at you, it seems like they're talking directly to you. Of course, they are reading a teleprompter, but that's a reason why teleprompters are there, so that the anchor, or for example, not just from news or sports center, but even like on an award show, it looks like they're looking directly at you. So eye contact is important. We're going to try and focus on looking into the camera of whatever device you have. Like right now, I'm using my wife's desktop. This is her office, so it's her desktop. But we look directly into the camera, and I do strongly believe in the future, as a professional with your college degree, this is the kind of work you're going to be doing. Is a lot of this remote working that seemed to pick up very well. And I have to tell you, I give a lot of credit to these Wi-Fi networks because they have really been overloaded and they seem to be doing pretty well. So now, what I've also attached for you, even though I was going to wait until Wednesday, but I went ahead and attached it now. This is the grade sheet that I would normally use if we were a face-to-face class. Now, I'm still going to be going by this, but I'm not, one of the things that the school has told us a long time ago, and when I say a long time ago, I'm talking about March or April, there is no compensation for the professors for using their devices, for using their Wi-Fi, and for using their, oh, you can't see it, the printer's right over here. So I'm not going to be able to print 42 of these grade sheets and then mark them off and everything else. And I could probably try and figure out, unfortunately, I am not computer savvy. I could probably try and figure out how to do it through one of those programs they have, where I can put it up and I can circle everyone and then send it to you directly. But the bottom line is I'm going to go by this. I will definitely give you a number. There'll be a number for the speech, because as you know from your course outline, the maximum point total for a speech is 100. The maximum point total for your outline separately is up to 25. So you will get those two numbers when I grade it, and I'm going to be going by the grade sheet. You just won't be seeing, which 4, 5s, or 6s are going to be circled. But as we go over the grade sheet a little bit, I just want to make sure that you're hitting on those certain things. Again, make sure you have a really good attention gainer. Preview your main points. Preview is very important. Again, a lot of professional speakers do that. Make sure that your speech is organized, that you have an introduction with a attention gainer and preview, 2 main points, possibly 3. I would like you to stick to 2 main points, and then a conclusion with a review and some form of closure. Don't forget, in your body, have it organized. If you have a time arrangement format, make sure that you have the background information and then your last main point is the current event. If it's a topical format, make sure that all your main points tie into your specific purpose statement. Okay. Make sure you're citing your sources again. Now, in the part of your grade sheet where it says visual aid, a visual aid is usually required. I am not requiring that. You do not have to have a visual aid. So everybody will just get the maximum point of 6 on that one. And then, of course, your conclusion, make sure you review your main points, provide some form of closure. And then, of course, you grade it on the outline. And also the delivery of the speech. Maintaining eye contact, not going too fast, not going too slow. Just find that perfect rate for you. And again, this goes with practice. Okay? 2 very key terms to being a confident speaker is to make sure you have great knowledge of your topic and also make sure you practice your speech. I can't say enough that in all the years I've been speaking, I usually practice. If I know I'm delivering a speech and I'm putting it together, I'll practice that speech 12 to 14 times. I'm only asking you to practice it 3 times. But I'll practice it 12 to 14 times because I want to make sure that that one time I present it to the audience, they all receive it, understand it, and know what my message is. All right? So continue working on your speeches. You're all going to receive an invitation later on today. Tomorrow, I won't be sending a video, but I'm going to be setting up a WebEx meeting. And it's going to be at 10 a.m. This way I can include both people from the first class and the second class. We're all going to be combined. This is not mandatory. But I want to go ahead and get a little live action here as we get ready to do the speeches. If you have any questions about your speech, about putting it together, about the delivery, we can be face-to-face. You can ask me directly. And there might be a bunch of your other classmates, but that's okay. Because maybe someone has a question that you were thinking of answering or asking, or maybe someone's going to ask a question you didn't think of but are very curious about. So I'll be sending out that invitation later on today. It'll be for 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. It is not mandatory. Not mandatory. Okay? So that's it. Continue working on your speeches. And if you've got questions about your speech tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., I do hope to see you live. All right, you guys, keep working on those speeches and have a terrific day.